you, what up? Welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Maryam, and in today's video, I am very, very excited, though a little nervous, to review the new Prince collection from Urban Decay Cosmetics. This is the look that I created with this collection, but watch until the end of the video for that final verdict because it may surprise you. The reason why I say this is because it honestly surprised me. Expect swatches on the swatch model, of course. Expect close-ups, expect all the details, the prices, Team Truth style as always and per usual. And now let's get into this video. Prince x Urban Decay collection. Here we come. All right, guys, first time opening up this package. It is sealed. The symbol, oh my God. Okay, I gotta say, this is pretty impressive. I am a massive Prince fan. I have been for years. When I learned about this collaboration, my initial thought was excited. I love Prince, I love Urban Decay, and their branding, I guess, is sort of similar. So it makes sense to me. I'm just gonna leave that thought at that. I will proceed more with my thoughts and opinions as I go along. Right now, I'm just here for the product. I really wanna react to this PR package. Woo! Here we go. This is the inside of the PR package. This is very cool. Definitely feels like a collector's item. Definitely feels like something that I should not just dispose of, you know, and as a fan, I do want to keep it. I want to keep this entire PR package because it does feel special. The sign here actually feels pretty hefty, very heavy duty, so the PR package is well made. And by the way, you can actually, for the first time ever, purchase this PR package as a collector's vault. I believe it costs $250 altogether, and I'm sure there are limited quantities of that. Inside the package we have, looks like 2 eyeshadow palettes, a purple one and a black one. Doesn't really say which one is which, but one is You Got the Look, the other one is Let's Go Crazy. Each one is $55. In each palette we have 10 eyeshadows. Kind of small, I gotta say. This is what the black one looks like. Nice glitter backdrop here that actually feels smooth to the touch and not glittery, so that's really cool. The colors, I will say, feel just a little bit underwhelming to me at first glance. I am definitely impressed by the packaging. It looks very cool. I love the fact that there's a mirror here on one side and then Prince's eye for inspo on the other side, so that is very cool. But the colors themselves feel a little muted. They feel just a little dusty in my opinion. All right, and then looking at the purple palette, also has a glittery but lavender backdrop. The colors themselves, again, feel just a little too toned down for my liking, or just, I guess, for my perception and my association with Prince. Also, I will say the palettes kind of look the same to me. One just has a lot more purple tones, and they're all kind of on the light side, like lavendery, lilac-y purples, which I guess is cute, but it's Prince though. All right, moving right along. We also have 2 really cool looking Kajal liners. These are $25 each. We have a black one and a white one. Definitely love the packaging on this. Love the fact that it is a massive giant pencil, which actually feels like Prince. Feels like something he would reach for. And I guess I should say that from the research that I've conducted on this collection, this collaboration isn't exactly with Prince, obviously. Prince is no longer with us, so the collection is in collaboration with his estate. The people who are in charge of his estate, I guess his friends, people who knew him, his muses. So this collection is, I guess, in honor of him, but it is based on their perception of him. All right, next up we have the liquid highlighter. This is $32. We will test that out in a bit. We also have a flat kabuki brush and a powder. Now the powder is the Urban Decay All Nighter powder. It just has one shade, which is kind of like a peachy pink. I'm not sure if it comes in more shades, but this is the shade that I have here. I guess let's get into the swatches. I'm just like a little bit perplexed with my own interpretation of this whole thing. Although I'm excited on the one hand, I'm also just a little bit underwhelmed on the other hand. I was expecting, I guess, just something more colorful. When looking at the eyeshadow palettes, I wanted it to wow me, but when I opened up each one of these palettes, it didn't quite wow me, you know? But let's see how they swatch. Still being open-minded here. All right, swatch model time.
Swatches time.
Swatches time. Swatch model is also a Prince fan.
Yes, I am.
So we are going to be swatching the black palette first. It is pretty cool, right? What do you think of the packaging?
I like it.
Packaging is really nice. What do you think of these colors, Swatch model?
That don't bother me. I'm just giving it a real thought. I mean, I think when you're a diehard Prince fan, it's like, I mean, you have high standards. So it's kind of a tough position to be in, you know, because there's always going to be an opinion.
Right.
Tough to live up to an icon.
Yeah. All right, let's swatch the first shade.
Sexy Dancer.
Sexy Dancer time. Pretty good pigmentation on that. Next one is
Crystal Ball.
Crystal Ball. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good.
Endorphin Machine.
Endorphin Machine. Nice gold. Actually, I will say these first three swatch better than I expected.
Get off. 22 positions in a one-night stand. Wow, nice.
This is really nice. All right, all right.
Very smooth, by the way.
Very, very smooth. Look at that.
Very smooth.
Super pigmented. Princess Jade, okay.
Next up, Love to the Nines.
Love to the nines. So far, I'm not really getting any like Prince song associations.
A couple in there.
A couple, yeah? Okay. Next.
Shakadelica.
Shakadelica. Ooh.
I wonder if they would have to pay a premium to use song titles.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably those muses in charge of the estate don't have those rights.
Groovy Potential.
Ooh, it's kind of nice actually.
Oh, that's nice. There's a little glimmer in there too.
Gorgeous shade. Wait.
That's really pretty. That's really, there's like this really, I don't know if it's showing on camera, but it has like a really cool glitter thing. I can't say that I've remembered seeing something like that recently. The artist.
Formerly known as
Gustavo. Sorry, I'm allowed one corny joke.
Roger Nelson.
I know.
Swap. All right, the artist wasn't the best swatch of the bunch. Not too much drag there, but still a pretty color, I will say. Okay.
Bold Generation.
Ooh. That is a stunning gunmetal shade.
Whoa, jeez. That's good.
Wow, this is
that's
pretty good. What's happening here? Is that a scar?
I don't know. Is it?
Do you have a scar there?
Maybe. So Dark.
So dark. Dark, but only in the front, not in the back. Pretty good though, I gotta say. Pretty nice swatches, better than I was expecting. And now I'm kind of seeing the color combo here, and I'm a little bit more drawn to it than when I saw it in the pans. Do you feel the same way?
Same. I feel like the story comes more to life in the swatches than it did inside. Maybe it's the gold, the packaging, the gold glitter can sometimes throw off the shading, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I will agree. But I don't know, still, the names. Not a single one of them made me want to break out into a song, and that's kind of what I wanted, really.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you have to have like the, I kind of like, you do want like Purple Rain, maybe even names of songs. The Sexy Dancer should have been called Cream.
Cream. Yeah.
Purple Rain obviously should have been Groovy.
Purple Rain. Purple Rain. We are renaming these shades.
They should, instead of Bold Generation, hit Power Generation, New Power Generation.
Yes.
All 7. Could have done
all 7 when you and this savoir-faire. Sorry. On to palette number 2, the purple one. We are going to be renaming these shade names because they are whack, honestly. Go ahead.
Alphabet Street, that's a good one. Also, this palette, the names are actually more geared towards songs, like more popular songs, I think. Get Your Groove On.
Get your groove on. Get your groove on is gonna get a double dip for me. So hard to do with the left hand.
When Doves Cry.
Really bad swatching. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
Funk and Roll.
Funk and Roll. Funk and Roll.
Funk and Roll.
Stupid name.
It's not like it's a sandwich. I'll take the Funk and Roll sandwich.
These names are so dumb. Come on.
You want your Funk and Roll. Right?
This is not a great shade anyway.
Next one is Computer Blue.
Computer Blue? Do you know that song?
I can't say that I do, I'm gonna be honest.
What are they smoking with these shade names? This color is nice though.
I can't say, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little embarrassed if I don't know. Raspberry Beret.
Let's sing it, Lee.
I can't sing.
Come on.
No, I'm not a singer. I'm a model.
Raspberry Beret, kind you find in a second-hand store.
DMSR.
Ooh, this one's kind of nice. Not really. Better on the finger, I will say. Huh, okay.
Next up is Baby I'm a Star.
And again, just does not make me want to break out into a song. And I'm literally here
for the song.
For the song.
Next up, Delirious.
I get delirious whenever you're near.
You sound like Elvis when you sing.
That's what I was trying to go for.
Okay.
Lose all self-control, baby, just can't steer. Temperature's running hot. Finish it off.
Baby, you gotta stop. All right, Indigo Nights. Indigo Nights.
It sounded like Arabian Nights.
Yeah, that's what came to mind.
I gotta say, this palette feels just a little bit more Aladdin than it does Prince. Is it just me?
No, you just got thrown off by my words.
Maybe. I don't know. This color combo doesn't speak to me as much as the other one. This one feels a little too cool, a little too blue all around. No? Is it just me?
I don't know, it's kind of hard. I like the names better on this one, but I like
the color's better on the other one, yeah, for sure. So upon seeing the swatches, the eyeshadow palettes definitely came to life a little bit more for me. Now I kind of see the correlation with Prince. Although the shade names were definitely not making me want to break out into a song, and that is literally what I am here to do. Who cares about the shadow names? I mean, I could always rename the shadow names like I did with Lee during our swatch ceremony. I guess if I had to pick one of the eyeshadow palettes off the bat, like the one that resonates more Prince to me is the gold glitter inside, black packaging outside palette. It feels just like a little bit more 90s to me, just a little bit more dark and demure, as opposed to the colorful one that, although is very purple, it's more like a light lavender purple, and there's some pops of color, but I don't know. They don't really give off those Prince vibes. I guess perhaps it would have been cool to see both of these palettes together as one giant palette. That's just like my very first impression of the colors. Next, I am gonna swatch these Kajal eye pencil liners. So first we have the black one. This one's called So Dark. That is pretty good. And next we have the white. That is also pretty good, but the tip just broke off. So for today's video, what I'm gonna do is create a look. Of course, I'm gonna apply some of these colors. I'm gonna use these liners. I'm gonna use everything in the collection to create a Prince feeling, Prince vibing look. Perhaps maybe something that he would wear, actually. Because looking at all of these colors, I'm wanting to do something that feels a little bit more like a tribute as opposed to, oh, I don't know, just like any old look. This is, after all, Prince, and I am a massive Prince fan. Like, I love the man, and I want to give him some respect. I'm going to actually reach for my eyeshadow primer, not the Urban Decay Primer Potion one, though I think they could have done something cool with the Primer Potion packaging and the sign. I'm just gonna use my Fenty primer as I always do. Plop that on, and what I'm going to do first and foremost is actually reach for this Kajal, the black one. I'm gonna line the top and also the bottom of my lash lines the way that I've seen in Prince makeup photos. I'm gonna start from the inner corner and basically just gently drag this color, thickening it, starting from the middle all the way to the edge. I'm not gonna create a wing. I just want to create almost like a black rim around my eye. Something that will really frame the eyes. Prince had those super magnetic eyes. Always used eyeliner to line them, top to bottom. That was his signature. And the aesthetic was always very androgynous. So that's kind of what I'm trying to replicate today. I don't want to be super duper glam in a feminine way. I rather just be inspired by the Prince aesthetic and kind of let that lead the way for me today with my makeup. All right, so I kind of just went all the way in, even though it doesn't look here like Prince used to do that. But anyway, I will smudge that out. I'm gonna work with one eye at a time just to see how this smudges, because I'm still conducting a review and I want to see how all these products wear. But the pencil so far feels really cool. I'm gonna use this Wayne Goss small pencil brush. I'm gonna start smudging out that Kajal. All right, for my eye shape, I am gonna have to pull it out just a bit. This is sort of my glam rocker look, or my version of that liner, just a little bit more pulled out. So basically I'm creating this base, keeping the black very close to the lash line and just smudging it out. This pencil is great, smudges out really easily. I think this will be a really good base for eyeshadows. I'm also gonna add just a little bit of that along the line of my eye socket, just like that. I'm not picking up any more pencil, I'm just using whatever's remaining on the brush. I love that Prince had his own way of viewing masculinity. He didn't abide by any sort of standards. He really had his own aesthetic, his own way of looking at sexuality, at masculinity, at femininity, and just sticking to his own. That's what made him so iconic. This Kajal really is very, very good. The pencil itself feels sturdy and strong, but the product is very smudgy. I wonder where this is made. Made in the Czech Republic. Interesting. Just continuing to smudge that, lift that. Not really so worrying about it being perfect. I'm gonna take a little bit of what's remaining on the brush and then drag it back once again, just like that along the eye socket, just for a little bit of definition. Because again, not really going for a cat eye. I'm going for smoke, I'm going for funk, and I'm going for that androgynous glam. That's that. Next, I'm thinking actually test out a neutral shade from the black palette. So I'm gonna reach for the Love to the Nines. Oh, of course, I'm a mess. And I just dinged one of the eyeshadows. I'm gonna reach for this shade here, Love to the Nines. It's kind of like a little tan, a little brown. I'm just gonna pop that into my eye socket area. So right on top where I applied that liner, and just kind of blend that out, buff that out. Pretty good, I gotta say, pretty good. Better than I expected. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, Prince was a presence in my household. One of my aunts was a big fan. She was actually kind of obsessed with Prince. She's also the same aunt that inspired me to do makeup because she was and still is a big makeup lover. And I guess Prince was one of her inspirations because a lot of her looks, a lot of her style definitely resemble him. Even her as a person, just like I think she even looks like Prince. And I remember being little, always hearing her discuss his outfits, his looks, never mind his music. So he was definitely a style icon in my family, specifically with my aunt. I guess I was just too young at that point to get into his music, but once I met Lee, the Swatch model, that's when I really got into Prince because Lee is a Prince fan. He is older than me, and he also grew up with older brothers, much older brothers. So in a sense, I will say that Lee also kind of introduced me to Prince music. This is feeling very smoky and very avant-garde already. I'm liking it. I'm gonna take that Sexy Dancer eyeshadow that we want to call Cream. This one. Why didn't they call it Cream? Cream, shaboogie, ba. I'm gonna place that in my brow bone area just to lighten it up a bit, just to lift it, just to give it that drama, like that. Using a Lorelei Los Angeles L19 brush. Just a nice, flat, sturdy brush. This is an eyeshadow that surprised me. I was expecting it to be barely there, but it applies quite nicely, actually. And it definitely does a good job of adding that brightness. Feels like one of those old school MAC shadows that I'm sure Prince utilized. Just adding a bit more of that tan shade to the outer portion and just lifting it and just flicking it up like that and like that. I take a small brush, this one's from Mario, E5, same shade, and I'm gonna use that to smudge out the lower lash line and then just seal in that Kajal liner. Like that, easy peasy. That Kajal is very smoky and very beautiful. I am very impressed with the Kajal. Honestly, I haven't reached for Kajal liner in so long that this is feeling almost a little nostalgic to me. I know this looks heavy, but we're gonna bring it together and we're gonna make it work. Next up, I'm gonna go for a purple. I'm ready for a purple. And there's lots of purples for me to choose from. We have groovy potential in the black palette. We have tons of purples from the purple palette. So I guess let's reach into the purple palette. I'm gonna go for the shade Delirious. I get delirious whenever you're near. And I'm gonna plop that right on top of that Kajal. Just like that. Looking good, honestly. Really sticking to that base. And not just to the blackened part of the base. It's even sticking to that little peekaboo of skin here. Also, I just noticed that there's no fallout. Typically, that might not be such a big deal to even mention. But I always find that with dark, and especially with purple eyeshadows, fallout can be kind of nasty. So the fact that there is none here is a plus. It's definitely a good thing. Kind of nice, no? All right, just gonna blend the top of that purple just a little bit. Like that, and cool. I'm gonna reach for this shade here called So Dark. So back to the black palette. I'm expecting fallout with this one, let's see. No fallout here either. The shade is pretty nice. It's definitely doing what I intended to use it for. It's really giving me that gradient edge that I was going for. I'm gonna wing that out a bit too. Not wing it out, but just pull that out a bit. Feeling it, feeling it. All right, full transparency, I was not expecting much from this collection, but I am slowly but surely changing my mind. These shadows are really good quality. Better than the typical eyeshadows you are used to seeing from Urban Decay. These are like premium eyeshadows. They feel great. They feel easy to work with, fun to work with, and that I truly was not expecting. Also, I will say the colors themselves looked very muddy, very dirty, very boring in all the promos. All the stuff that I've seen online, on Instagram, just didn't really scream prints to me. They also felt very muted, and in fact, I don't think they come off muted on the skin. When you actually use these colors, somehow they come together. The Kajal definitely played a big role in this look. Layering everything and just putting this makeup together is somehow making me feel like this is how I would do my makeup during the Prince era, you know? Like in the 80s or the 90s, if I was a Prince fan then. I think I want to test out a gold shade. I'm gonna go for this gold here called Get Off, spelled with 2 T's. I'm gonna use this Huda Beauty spongy brush, pick some up, and to just place that to the inner corner. Wow, that feels very, very gilded. This is a really pretty color. Wow, the glide is very nice. Definitely gives off a richness. Layers beautifully over the purple, but also has enough of a pop on its own. I like it. Huh, no wonder they swatch so well. They are actually really nice shadows. All right, I'm gonna blend out some of that bling like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of that lighter gold, just like that. Impressive. All right, I'm thinking I definitely want to check out this Indigo Nights shadow, so I'm gonna pick that up with my finger. This one's swatched very, very nice. And I'm gonna add that to the center of the lid for just a bit of a pop. That did it. I don't know, I was going for an androgynous look at first, but now I'm feeling just a little bit more glam. Ooh, like you could do a lot with these shadows. Tap that out. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave the eyes at that for now. Ooh, there was just a little bit of fallout with that blue eyeshadow, the last one that I applied, but not anything crazy. I'm gonna reach for the All Nighter powder. The shade is definitely kind of strange. I'm gonna use the brush. Oh, the brush has a very interesting hole in the center. I'm gonna see what happens if you just apply a little bit of that powder to the porous area just to see if there's any difference. I don't know if it's the same formulation as the original All Nighter powder, but I will say I don't like that powder. It's very, very weird. This one is okay. I can't really tell if I like it or if it's making a difference just yet. I'm gonna see how it wears, and I'll definitely update you guys in a different video. And the last but not least thing that we have in the collection is this Liquid Face and Décolletage Illuminizer. Squeezy tube. The shade comes off kind of nude. Definitely feels like a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, but not as luminous. I'm gonna see if I can add that to just the tops of my cheekbones for a little something. That did it. Definitely kind of nice and kind of current. I'd probably want to try this product underneath foundation or maybe even on its own, but it works just fine on top of my foundation and powder. I just added some mascara. I'm thinking I need falsies to complete this look. Where are the Prince falsies? Not that he wore falsies, but I guess it would have been kind of nice to see Prince take on a false lash. I'm gonna grab these Pure X Barbie lashes. Today they're going to be my Pure X Barbie X Prince lashes. I just like these because they're dramatic, they're spiky, but they're not gonna cover up the look. Now for the lips, just to complete the look, I just want to go for something neutral, so I'm going to grab this muted pink from Huda Beauty. Just reline my lips. And I'm going to add just a little bit of Moneymaker lipstick, also from Huda Beauty, just to mute the lips a little bit. I have one more thing left to do, and that is utilize the white Kajal pencil. So I'm going to use that for the waterline. Hopefully that is what it's meant to be used as. I'm going to add just a smidge of that to the center of my waterline for that larger Prince-like eye. And that did it. I think I'm quite pleased with myself for pulling this look together and for keeping it somewhat current, but still with that nostalgic edge to it. I gotta say, I quite like the look, and I really, really did enjoy applying all these products onto my face. In full transparency, full disclosure, I was not expecting much from this Prince collection. For some reason, the colors and just the choices were looking very muted, not representative of Prince when I first saw them online, and naturally, my expectations were lowered. Yes, I was very excited when I first heard of this collection coming together, but then once I saw the pictures, they just did not speak to me. They did not scream to me the way that Prince resonates, and just the colors were not bold enough. I don't know, maybe I was feeling a little too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. No, but seriously, you guys, I guess maybe the Prince lover in me really wanted to see this collection come to life. It really wanted it to be over the top, amazing, super edgy, super androgynous, genderless, universal. I don't know, I just wanted a lot. And although I wasn't expecting a lot, I actually got more than what I was expecting, because the products themselves are actually quite good. They're quite good. I think the eyeshadows are absolutely superb. You saw the swatches, you saw the application, everything performed really well together. Everything felt really good quality, better than what I was expecting from Urban Decay for sure. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but I've noticed just like this dip in some of their products lately. I haven't been liking a lot of the stuff that Urban Decay has been putting out, but this collection, I have to say, if you are a Prince fan, you will probably like this collection. The eyeshadows are definitely really good. The Kajal liners were great. You saw how easily I was able to blend it out. So those are definitely the standout products that I would recommend you guys go out and purchase if you are Prince fans, or if you like purple. Now the face luminizer, I guess I'm gonna have to give it a couple more tries, but I've definitely seen this product before. Perhaps it's something that Prince would reach for in real life, which is why they added this product in the collection. Same with the powder. I mean, I would have much preferred some lashes, or perhaps like a Purple Rain lipstick or something cool like that. But overall, I can't really complain. I feel that this collection may not have lived up to the initial hype, but it definitely 100% exceeded my expectations because of the quality of the product. With that said, I am going to have to end this video on this very positive note. Bottom line is, I like this collection and I'm going to continue using it and reaching for it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, for subscribing. I am going to zoom on out so you can check out more of my videos right here. Video that you may like, and also my most recent video. Click it. Peace.